Hi, people, welcome back. I think it's hilarious that every time I click record, it's like the first 3 seconds are so anxious. Weird, but yeah. Okay, never mind. We have for this topic, actually, let me give you a backstory of the topic. So I sat today and thought it is always great to have like a future outlook on people's intentions. And knowing that is like knowing this detail or details, these can help you assess, understand, and see relationships from this standpoint and make your conclusions about them. Of course, I always recommend you listen to your own intuition, but I thought it would be useful to just know what are people's intentions with you. Okay, so I will be focusing and dedicating to today's video for this topic. And for this, we have 4 piles with 4 stones. First one is aquamarine. Second is pink quartz. Third is Angelit. And the fourth pile is pink tourmaline. So you can ask about pretty much anyone, though I have a feeling like maybe there will be specific people popping up in the reading, as well as this video is more so aimed at a group of people. So that means like people's intentions with you. This will be like your immediate surroundings, either it be friends, family, partners, or just acquaintances. And for some, it will be like um, people you most often interact with, and it could be as well be co-workers. Okay, so for that we have the boundaries of this reading. So that was all. Check the comment section for the timestamps. I will be pinning it and posting it right after I post the video. Okay, let's begin. And we are beginning with Aquamarine Stone. The first card you got was the Nine of Pentacles. So this was meant to be a card that would generally represent your reading. And so that means with the Nine of Pentacles being in reverse, it's a feeling I get that people around you are very either independent or they are independent to the degree they want something from you. Okay? That means, for example, if you can meet their needs, people will be seeking ways to attach themselves to you in a way. Because I saw in here the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and the three, actually it's two of wands. So it feels to me like you present to people a sort of resource. And to be honest, it feels like there might be the case in here of people potentially seeing you as a resource of sorts, or a person they would go to for help, for assistance, and this could as well mean that people can try to actually look at you as a person to borrow money from, like in debt, someone asking for money, okay, because I saw in here the Queen of Pentacles, right? And this Pentacles card, this could mean that people try with their intentions somehow to rely on you financially, okay? Somehow it feels unfair because there is an energy of vampirism, and the Nine of Cups is like a confirmation for that energy, and as well the Three of Pentacles being in reverse. So I'd be careful if people try to benefit off of you financially. And with the Knight of Swords, this can be done in a very swift or, let's say, either innocent or very like sly way. I know the Knight of Swords is not like, especially in reverse, it's not like a very sly card. It's a very direct and bold approach. Still, in this case, it feels to me like people can potentially not really intimidate you, but catch you off guard and say like, I really need this money, okay? And you can give this money because either you love them, either you are someone you're used to like helping them in a way, they can rely on you, something like this, so I would be careful because people can rely on the aspect of either extorting money in a very shady way. Of course, the intensity will vary, but I want to say in here, you are a resource for some people, and I would be careful to not let these people overuse you because you see on here the donut, and this can mean that some people might try to use you for the good times and as well use your money for the good times or with the experiment. It can mean that people try and test, they try to test your boundaries, okay? Um, Knight of Wands is as well a confirmation for that message. It's like, how far can I get? Like, how far can I go with testing your boundaries, Which is actually very predictable. I feel like this pile actually has a lot of user people in their lives, right? So you can have your own worries, you can have your own anxieties and problems in life. You don't have anyone to rely on, really. That was the feeling, being the Six of Cups in reverse and the Tower. I feel you are very, very aware and familiar with your situation and with this dependence, and as well a feeling of there will be many watching this video being absolutely aware of people's dependency on them. And don't get me wrong, there is a situation in here with this Empress card being that you can be someone of sorts like kids, for example, um, asking for money, right? Or family members, or close people, or people in need, right? Like friends or loan, whatever. It's very financially oriented. You can be a mother who is actually helping financially people around them, you know? And I don't want to say everyone or see how it resonates for you because this has to be like your intuition has to confirm. But I saw in here a possibility that someone might be trying to test your money, how much you give, or they, let's say, try to see how far they can get or with how much they can get away with. And this pile feels to me very lonely as well. And it feels to me like the intentions of people kind of go around you, It feels to me like people are doing their business or they're doing their own interests and they're not so caring about your implications or your well-being of sorts. And for some this can be very like familiar, as I said, because Five of Cups, it can be a situation where, for example, you are helping some family members, right? It's not a very pleasant one of like giving these people money. Maybe you want to give this money to yourself. Maybe you want to spend this money for yourself, but there is a feeling of, yeah, I give this money willingly. That's the feeling. Maybe it doesn't make you very happy, but that's the reality of it. So I feel like there is a feeling of an energy actually of surrender or acceptance of the fact that people depend on you and you kind of give your resource to them. I would say here as an example or as an advice for your reading is to be more self-loving or to really pinpoint the aspects and be more, let's say, more reluctant to give money or to give resource to people. Because I see in here an element of people being spoiled, right? And I wouldn't want that for the first pile, that they are like underappreciated or their money or their help or resource they provide which can be directed at you as being seen as like an advantage that is not necessarily earned or deserved through, let's say, respect, right? So I wouldn't want opportunistic people in your life, or I wouldn't even want your close, either it be family members, as I said, them benefiting from your situation as playing the dependent one on you, you know? I'd much rather have these people respect you for the fact that you provide to them. And this can mean like literally anything. Though the range for this, from financial to emotional to being there, to psychologically help someone, to listen, right? This can also be a resource to spend quality time or to maybe give gifts, you know. This is all seen as a contribution of sorts. As I said, primarily money, but yeah, I think this pile needs a heavy dose, a healthy dose of self-love, and putting people and people's intentions of entertainment a little bit at ease. For some, it could be at pause. For some, this is an inclination or a hint for you to invest in your boundaries and say, like, I am willing to give you this, but I will make sure that you appreciate it. You know, that's the overall feeling because I seen here, like as I said, some people can be seen, considered, or felt like they are opportunists, you know, people who try to see an opportunity of sorts or an open window to somehow like use your energy, right? And as I said, you are the one, you know, you are the one to force or to set or to enforce a boundary. And I feel like you would be feeling much better if you were to cut a lot of influences such as these from your life. Not saying to cut them off completely, but saying to give people a feeling of appreciate me for the fact that I help you and respect my boundaries, right? So another thing in here that I wanted to mention is you trying to, let's not say it in a dirty way, use your power or your resource as leverage. But I get in here that you are somehow occupying the other extreme, where, for example, you are not profiting of the fact that you are. I don't like the word actually. Like profiting, no, this doesn't go well. Well, I will enforce what I said previously, boundaries and respect, and reducing the help or the resource you give if it feels like it is not either appreciated or it's given too much to the point where people either feel entitled or spoiled, right? No need to profit or, yeah. I was searching for the right word for what I was trying to explain. Okay, so that was all pile number one. People's intentions with you were strange because they were more so on the scale of using you, but I think you can connect the dots. If you're still here, it means it resonated somehow. If it did resonate, please leave a like and comment below. If you are not subscribed already, make sure to do so and check out my old videos as well. I've got some interesting topics there. You can browse, that would be interesting. Um, till next time, bye. Hi, pile number two. You have the pink quartz and the Wheel of Fortune card. Judging by the Wheel of Fortune, it's an attitude of living in the now, like people's intentions surround or revolve around the idea of them having fun or them living to their best, like capacity, like living everything in the now type of energy, I feel. This is interesting because that means this goes two ways. You have both good intention people and bad intention people, because I saw in here the Ace of Cups, and the feeling I got was people's intentions can be to profit of the good times I would be checking if I have people who are there for the good times and not necessarily for the bad times, meaning that they are all with you and they celebrate when there is time to celebrate, but they are not quite interested in when you are actually doing bad or when you are low, you know. I don't see in here concern, right? I see in here a pervading sense of the joy of living, but at the same time, in the negative, this can mean that people are here only for the good times, right? So, but I feel like it can be the case actually that you're very aware of that, because I saw in here the Three of Swords, so that means more so your situation is very clear. This pile will resonate with people who are also very aware of the situation they're in and the people's presence in their life that, speak about this aspect. By the Knight of Coins in reverse, this is lack of commitment, right? Very careful with this card, because as well it is a signal to me that this can be very like fresh starts type of relationships, or mysteriously people can disappear or leave you out on scene, where for example you're no longer posting, or when the story that they tell themselves in their head is that you're not doing well. So yeah, it feels to me like this is a big case for people who are actually used to showing their best side, but when they show their worst side, or when they admit to themselves and the world that they are not feeling great, all of the sudden all the interests and all the communication is gone, and people can see you as, something is going on, right? So they are going through something, I better not disturb them. And there is like an element of turn off, they might be turned off by the fact that you were like doing not so fine, right? So this is falseness, and it's falseness big time, because I do not like this energy. Like, I will not lie, who likes it really? But the breathless, this can mean that for me you can be the dedicated one and the people can show you the cold shoulder, you know somehow, like this pile is aware, right? That was the feeling. Somehow the range of the people you come in contact with the Whisper card and the Three of Swords, not everyone is what they seem, not everyone is as sincere as they would like to show, right? Lots of people having masks and lots of gossip, right? And gossip is the dirtiest, right? Because of the star being reversed. So these people are used to talking behind your back, talking about gritty details from your life that they can extort, maybe find, or yeah, just come across. So I have a feeling you have some very, very dirty um, influences in regards to people, very superficial ones, and definitely people who do not care who you are. Only, as I said, for the good times, people who are not interested or are not seeing you as a person necessarily, but they more so see you as an object or as an opportunity. Again, you must know who these people are. These people can look and feel very regular, and these people as well do not give the most fortunate or positive, let's say, vibe, right? Because of the tower being reversed and the star. Actually, this feels to me like this pile feels to me like you're well to. It's not about education or politeness, because yeah, I don't like these words. It's more so the choice of loving, accepting, and tolerating these people that is keeping you somehow tied to them. But I want to say, unfortunately, you're the only one who can embody that mentality, because it feels to me if you were to see the actual reality, or if you were to acknowledge the fact that these people are not actually very well intended, then you'd be pretty heartbroken or alone, right? But this pile is very self-aware, and something about this pile as well, being the pink quartz, is very heart-to-heart connection oriented, or is capable of still loving people even though um, people are not the best, like are not behaving in the best way, for example. Or you can have this quality or attitude of I'll deal with them, or I accept their presence, so long as they do not represent an obstacle in my life, I will try to get along. I do not feel the right person to judge this type of behavior, because this feels like a very 50-50 situation, but the choice is yours. Um, because this reading goes in two ways. You can still love people who come in contact with you and consider them, love them the way you do, the way you did, but you can also take the other road where you don't tolerate that. You love, accept, and don't hate people who behave in a very superficial manner, but at the same time, you decide for yourself that you will be surrounded and you will have closer people around you who are not needed to be loved in a very tough way where you understand them 100%. So, what I'm trying to say in here in a more simplified way, find people who are safe, find people who are decent, and find people, or don't try to transform, or don't try to understand, or don't try to change people who are superficial in something that they are not, in something that maybe you um, try to make them just because it feels better. I feel like this pile can be considered the one to understand and love a stranger. But trust me, you deserve better. You deserve better quality in relationships. You deserve to be treated in the same way you treat people around you. And I see in here, I sense in here that you have a very open heart. You have a very innocent and pure intention and overview of people in general. And for this quality to be magnified, I strongly believe that you have to build a strong social network where you feel like this energy is being sent back at you, and you don't have to fill someone else's cup, which is a little bit dirty, as weird as this sounds, right? So people's intentions in here are not the best. The people's intentions which are positive in this category or reading, you know them very well, but they are not like, I feel like this pile can play the savior, or they try to fix, or they try to make people better, or they try to bring the light to the world. Some people don't want to see the light, some people don't want to change, or some people just don't see the opportunity or the benefit of just behaving in a right manner, you know? This is on their own behalf, right? That was what I saw. Pile number two. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I definitely did, since I saw in here a very, potentially a very beautiful, pure, and well-intentioned person who's watching, and I'm sure this will like resonate. Like, okay, this will outwardly resonate with you, even if you don't necessarily want, let's say, if you don't want to admit this happens, or this is like a desire for some, or some people can, like, I saw this, people being so disappointed, but actually deep down inside, even hidden from themselves, is this attitude of like, when will I finally be treated better? because I try to treat people better in a better way, and somehow I still don't get it, right? So, whichever the case may be for you, I feel like I'm dealing in here with the pile number 2 being very innocent, right? Yeah, I think that's all. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and make sure to check out my other content which I have on my page. Till next time, bye. Hi, pile number 3, Angelit. Okay, we have in here the first card being represented as the Strength card in reverse. This goes in two ways. You have a lot of competition into your life, and this can mean as well you have a lot of ego fights with people, or their intentions can range from competition to a very shallow cooperation of sorts. I do not sense in here genuine interest, or what I do sense in here is like a competition though, like it's a race of sorts. Something else with the strength card being reversed, I would be careful because with this card and the page of swords, it can be the case of people waiting for your downfall or waiting for your vulnerable moment with the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, right, being reversed. I have a feeling though that somehow this pile is considered to be lucky or even blessed or God chosen, something like this, and there is envy, or there is an aspect of either abundance, love, or prosperity in your life that is being seen as very attractive, and they would like to have that, and why you are the one and not them, right? This is the intention type of thing. To be honest, I don't like reading negatives, but that was what I saw in here, especially with the Ten of Swords. And I can say in here, this is not one person. This is actually a number of them. Some of them you are aware of, and some of them you're not. Because in here I saw the Guru and the Fearless. I would make the Fearless Guru. And meaning this will go beyond, like, as I said, material. Some people can treasure or actually find it really enviable, like an aspect of your life, meaning that this can be your intellect, for example, or if you are charismatic, like as a person, this can mean that people really both like and envy that. So there is lots of envy in this pile, right? Something about this pile as well, because of this God chosen or protected, it's giving me the Two of Swords. It's as if no matter what people think and try or have intentions with you, somehow they do not prevail, or some sort of key mechanic in the way in which your life goes is somehow and still remains untouched. As if your haters are being taken away from you or kept at a distance, you know? That is interesting. If you're doing some spell work, for example, if you are engaging in some sort of spiritual activity, or you nurture a spiritual connection of sorts, or if you have a very powerful and pure intention or a purpose, know that this purpose is very strong, or it's in such a magnitude that it actually brushes away and blasts away circumstances, negativity, and people who try to get in your path, right? Strangely enough, this pile does have very much so intensity that is not being permitted or accepted or even seen. Like this reading, it feels to me like it's an exception, right? There is, or it is a lot of negativity that I sense being around you as people's envy or energy or intentions being held and taken away by whatever. I do not know. I do not know what you engage in, And most definitely, I can say in here, you have knowledge, or you have an element that seems out of this world. This is very random and strange at the same time, but some people are caught off guard. Some people are really interested. Some people are really curious, inquisitive, and they try to figure out through calculus how or why your life works. So it's like luck, people like in their rudimentary perception can actually believe that this pile is very lucky and they're blessed or it's good karma, but it's something more than that, it like with a temperance card, it's as if the bad things don't reach you. And it's not necessarily like bad things don't happen into your life, but there is a feeling of this pile having a North Star. So this is so powerfully reminding me of the star card, despite it not being present in the reading, especially with this Seven of Wands. So you're giving me the energy of someone who's so willing to see the light and the prosperity in what they work in, that they can be actually blinded by the fact that they can have actually obstacles. So this is the positive side or the positive case of someone being blinded or selectively seeing what is actually working, right? So this is actually very strange, and as well, I'm not saying you don't go through challenges. I'm saying that you can look so well on that star, like on that North Star, that you can rarely see the obstacles, or you can rarely see or mention or even notice the darkness around this star. Very weird, at the same time, very powerful. I feel like this is again something about this pile speaks to me about delayed gratification. So that means you will grow slowly and your progress and foundations will be tested and will be durable in time. But with people's intentions, I want to say in here, some of you are very clairvoyant, some of you are very intuitive or are very perceptive of your backgrounds, of your people, circumstances. You can feel a situation and you can actually prevent danger coming from miles. I cannot say in here that you have a lot of people on your side merely because there is lots of people interested in themselves. Still, I feel like you have fans. This is strongly the case of someone having fans, but you'd be surprised who these people are. And most likely they are at a distance from you, or you're not actually very aware of the fact that, yes, there are people who actually very much so treasure, respect, and I even want to say like love and adore you. Why, I do not know, but this was the feeling I got. There are people who are, let's say, envious, but at the same time afraid to lead a life that you lead, right? Because I see in here that, your achievements can be seen or easily taken for granted with the Eight of Swords. So people can only look at the bright side and not necessarily notice you at when you were like either failing or growing or going through obstacles and learning from them, right? I really cannot say you are that type of person to let people in, and most likely you went or led a life that is more so singular or focused around you working things out, right? And very honest work as well. And overall, with intentions, I want to say people treasure you, but I would be careful because you as well have some haters and some people who await or want to see your downfall. Know, however, that with your directions, intentions, and overall purpose, whatever it is that you're doing on that spiritual side is way too powerful for you to be interfered with, right? Or interceded, or whatever the case may be. Keep on doing whatever it is that you were doing already. And yeah, Angelit, after all, how strange. These stones are very connected to the message today. Keep on doing what you did, especially in the spiritual affairs and spiritual type of direction, because it is highly valued and it's very highly encouraged, either by your spirit guides or some sort of thing like this. And more so, your message was more spiritual. And I feel like I don't want to concentrate on the negatives in here about the intricacies of people hating on you, because it's a it feels like it's a little bit pointless, or it feels pointless to me. But there are actually details. There are, let's say, plans. There are situations of sorts or thoughts that people try to feel better by finding ways to take something that is not theirs. But this will not happen with this pile. That was the strong one. And careful that you can actually see these people and you can consider them to be really close. Not all of them are, um, but I feel like you have discernment. So that was all, right? Okay. Pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I definitely did, because I had so many messages in there. If you did enjoy the reading and it resonated, please like and comment. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well, and check out my old videos on my page. Have lots of them. Some of them maybe you will find interesting. Till next time, bye. Hello, pile number 4. You chose the pink tourmaline. You have the main card being the High Priest being reversed, or the Hierophant card being reversed, okay? I want to say in here it's a very funny case of having very light and lightweight people, right? This can be the case of non-significant relationships or neighbors or acquaintances that are really positively oriented, not necessarily saying that they are very much so invested or they are long-term, but I see in here you have very like small instances to like bigger instances of people liking you and being positively intentioned towards you. Because of the Ten of Cups, I feel like you can have people who can be considered, as I said, friends, or you have had light interactions with, but these people can register you in their like mind as somehow relatives. I got a feeling in here with the Nine of Swords as if you can trust these people well, much more than the actual like closer relationships, or it's a feeling of some people around you, they are so simple and so simple in their expression and genuine interaction of intention that you can actually consider them to be quite pleasing to have around. So this is going to center around the reading of you having very positive and good-hearted, open-hearted people around you, and you don't have to wait for the moment where you will be backstabbed or something along the lines of this. Okay, interesting. You have as well, like in this immediate surroundings, it doesn't feel like you will have to lose something or there is so much at stake that you will actually get or end up being hurt. It's not a huge energy of like, I can depend on these people forever, but still it's a decent amount of well-being and peace. Being surrounded, you being surrounded by that energy or having these people close by can as well be something. I feel like in here with intentions, it can be a very sneaky thing for this pile, because you can have expectations for one person And these exact same expectations can be met by a completely different one or someone you wouldn't expect, right? And the more expectations you build, the less they somehow like manifest. Staircase, lucky, and sky. You like that's that's so crazy. Like the information, very, very positive neighbors. I don't know what's happening in here with this pile. I was mumbling again, but it's as if this doesn't happen very often, and it's so hilarious. But as I said, lots of small interactions or small instances where people showed themselves to be really well intentioned and well oriented towards you. Okay, this is hilarious. Like it's very rare when you actually meet this type of energy, but yeah, maybe you are part of some sort of like group, um because I sense in here a strong sense of community, not a very strong one where you would say like these people are your sisters and brothers, not that close. But something about this pile is like, yeah, people just manifest their kindness to me and I to them. And it's something that just happens. Like I was blessed with it. I don't know. Like that's the energy I get. If it doesn't resonate, maybe this is not your pile, but it's like people's intentions are bringing you little gifts. Why, I don't know. Like people being genuinely interested in you, but I feel like this pile is not very used to that, or something about it. Maybe this is about your future. I don't know. If you're not encountering that already, then that means maybe you will encounter that in the future. But I feel like you're not ready or you're not used to this type of closeness, because lots of cards are in reverse and you show as a very independent or guarded person. And it's almost like this is too good to be true type of scenario where I better be like better prepared than unprepared. Something along these lines. Like it's a feeling as though I don't want to be egotistical or self-centered, but really like don't intercede me or don't even come in my way because you're so used to be alone. I don't know, like so many readings on that, but I don't want to get hurt or I don't want to get people too close that I don't know how to get rid of them. And this is not bad, you know? It's a very, very persistent and overly present energy or interaction of sorts, which is very like small. It's like a drop of water, slow, not slow, but small, meaning that this can be a smile from a neighbor, or this can be a gift of sorts from a neighbor, or this can be a compliment, right? And you can be that person to be like, okay, I don't know what this person wants from me. Very strange. Nonetheless, it's very pleasant. But yeah, this pile doesn't yet, like in time, if you want, you will actually get used to it, but it's like a very warm up type of spring energy where you're just getting started and you're just like getting out of your shell. And in this case, I don't say, like, it's a very positive outlook type of reading. And this means either people will be cleared out from your space who are negative, or you'll be having some sort of circumstances where you will be unrooting from your present moment situation, being moved to completely another where people will be much more peaceful. Like if you're going through transitions of sorts, this pile will most likely resonate with you. But what I felt in here was the fact that you can be that person to be way too good on your own, but when people try to show up and show interest or show genuine affection, you are like very skeptical, which is completely understandable. Everything has its reasoning, but as well in here you have from intentions, you have either a partner or a potential date interest or someone who can be considered to be admirer of sorts, because I saw in here the King of Cups and the lucky. Like either you are lucky or this person is lucky or this overall situation is going to somehow guide you towards a closeness. Maybe as well in here you are very aware of a love interest, but you're either not ready or you're too feeling like out of the blue for this to happen, or like it's too like I'm too busy or I'm all over the place for this to be the case, or I don't have time for you. Okay, I'm busy. That is the energy I see in here. But lucky is like someone has put their eyes on you. Staircase. This is beyond intentions, but either it be that this is going to be about people's intentions being better, or overall you can expect betterment of sorts, or things will get easier, or there will be evolution. Some of you, I don't know, I didn't clarify this card, but staircase, it's like evolution of sorts. And for some this will be like a raise, or this will be a situation from work where people are going to be promoted. You can expect that, by the way, with this pile for some reason. I don't know. I just thought I would make an intentions reading, but that is what showed itself up. Maybe you're too used to being alone and on your own, and I'm dealing with my life. Maybe this is an attempt from whatever it is that's guiding your life circumstances, that is trying to soften you up or prepare you for a more warmer season. And this manifests itself as these cards of like small lucky circumstances where people try to simply be there for you or manifest warm type of intentions and small gestures of positivity towards you. And all you're required to do is to trust yourself, be gentle, and accept and receive the love you are given. I didn't see in here a case where people would try to take advantage of you. Of course, trust your walls and the reason behind why they were enforced in the first place. But the feeling I got was I feel like this pile can be more so paranoid, and they can actually project this feeling upon the world and upon their immediate circumstances. But it's always good to be cautious. So, yeah, you're right in whatever it is that you are feeling, and there is no such thing as a wrong emotion. I was just hinting at the fact that there are circumstances where you can soften up and be less dense, merely because this is going to provide you with more comfort or ease. And I think that is going to make you feel better. Okay, that was all pile number 4. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and comment. Check out my old videos. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. And till next time, bye.